the last day of January, which is a big milestone, I suppose. But I think that's not really that big, that's the thing. I think I tend to in the past, maybe overhype a month coming to an end, particularly January. So how are you feeling? How did it go? Yeah, I think it'll be a good one. I suppose what's on my mind, I was thinking about what to run through today, and really, I suppose the day was pretty uninteresting, honestly. Work-wise, I mean, yeah, I suppose the point of doing these videos is to share how the day went and what I was up to and what's in my mind. And honestly, today was probably, since I've been doing these videos, it's probably the least productive or quietest day, and that's fine. You know, it happens. I didn't have a tremendous amount of urgent things to do today. In fact, I actually had nothing pressing or that required my immediate attention. So I got a little bit of work done in relation to a few things coming up for February, but I mean, it was minimal, and that's fine. It's like a 5 out of 10 in terms of performance, I suppose. And that's grand. Yeah, I think it's just another good example of how you can't always be 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. It's just about finding a way to operate like an 8 consistently on average. And yeah, for me, yeah, a day like this happens every now and then. But I say it happens. I mean, it's not even anything. It's just another day, basically. So where are we going with this? Probably the main thing the last 2 days has been tidying up the pipeline. So if I'm to reflect on the month of January, you know, it's one month out of 12 is now complete. What went well? A good month working with 5 brilliant clients, delivered good work, and I think, you know, for me, based on the business I have, that's the first thing. Like, did I do great work for clients this month? Yes, I did. Really happy with the progress we made, particularly with 2 or 3 of those clients. It was really good progress, really great way to start the year. And you can feel a bit of momentum, you can feel a bit of a shift in terms of how they're thinking about things, which is really exciting. So that's what went well. And beyond that, what went well, yeah, I mean, I alluded to it recently, but more intro/sales calls than ever in a month. I don't know the exact number, but I know it's higher than what it was, and that number was 8. So I averaged over 2 sales calls a week, which is great. Again, put that in the context of my business, which is, you know, I have 5 clients. If I have 15, that's like, from a capacity standpoint, my absolute cap, and my sweet spot somewhere between 8 and 12. So 8 sales calls or more in a month, that's plenty for me to handle and to do really well. So yeah, I mean, that tidying up the pipeline was the main thing I was working on. And what I did, it's quite interesting. You can't really see it probably in the camera, you don't need to, but you know, if I look at the pipeline at the moment, I've got, between 8 and 10 conversations that are active that could become a discovery session. And then I've got around 20 conversations that I've put into, I suppose, a revisit. So for me, these are people that I maybe spoke with, I maybe had contact with. I ever spoke with them, and it kind of tailed off, and they said, I'll speak to you again in the future. Or I had a session with them and, you know, it didn't go anywhere beyond that, and I want to revisit it. So there are people that have a layer of understanding of what I'm trying to do, and maybe even how I could help them. And it varies from being someone that maybe I've said I'll contact you in the future, right up to someone that, you know, did the discovery session and for whatever reason didn't go ahead to work with me full time. So there's about 20 names in there. And then I think I have in the region of, I'm looking at this, I have 35 to 40 that I've put into just outright pass at the moment, / rejection. And for me, they're really people that I don't anticipate working with in well, this year or in the future. I just like to have a record of them. So anyhow, I'm focusing my attention on, there's about 20 to 30 companies there that I really now want to hone in on and be like, okay, I'm either actively speaking to you, how can I get you in the door basically, or I have spoken to you, is there a path to closing the deal, or is there a path to making that client or potential client be like, actually, yeah, I want to go ahead now. So that's what I did a bit of tidying up on that front today, and really now there's probably in the region of 10 to 15 actions I need to take off the back of that, which is loads. I mean, that's exciting. Something I really want to do for each of those is, in each of those cases, I know there's something I can share that's genuinely helpful or valuable based on the conversations I've had with those people to date. So I'm going to spend a lot of time on that over the next, between tomorrow and the end of next week. So that'll be the first week of February. Over those days, I'm going to focus a lot of time on doing those things. So that's good. And actually, if I wanted to say, if there was one thing I wanted to focus on in February, it would be the pipeline. Like, yeah, it would be my pipeline. What I mean by that is focus on getting people out of it or through it to a yes or a no. Because there's these 20 or 30 people are essentially, they're kind of clogging up the pipeline, or they're stuck in it. So can I nudge them through? Can I nudge them into a discovery session? Can I put them in a park for now or pass category? That's going to be a focus. And then obviously getting more people in the top of the funnel as well, and into the pipeline would be great. So that's the focus for February. And yeah, I don't think there was anything. Is there anything I want to do better or improve on in February from January specifically? I don't think so. I suppose you could say pipeline is that, actually. Actually, there's one thing. Yeah, I've made a note of this under a different section on my Notion. Where is it? I would like to give certain clients, so when clients get to a certain point, maybe it's around the 3 month mark, I'd like to be able to give them, or I want to be able to give them more clarity about what's coming up. So as opposed to, I suppose after 3 months, you've maybe worked through quite a lot of the low hanging fruit or the initial problems or the mission critical stuff that has to be solved. And now you're into much more of a, okay, where's this going? What are the actions we're taking towards growing the business long term? Maybe it's also a good chance to almost do like another mini discovery session. It's kind of an interesting idea. But yeah, I think there's certainly a way for me to construct maybe a roadmap or a plan for clients that have been with me for a period of time that are now probably just looking for a bit more clarity in terms of what's coming up for them. So that's something I think I say improve on January at that point, because it came up in a conversation or two with clients that maybe essentially having a bit more of a look to the future would be helpful, as opposed to maybe being a bit month to month. So yeah, that was interesting. But overall, focus is pipeline for February. Happy with the kind of increase in volume of new business opportunities. Really happy with the work I've done with clients. And as far as the first month in the year goes, spot on. And yeah, in general, as I've alluded to earlier, we're getting towards that point of, 8 to 10 clients is a nice amount for me. Let's get in there and let's do exceptional work for those clients. And that's the midterm focus. If I can get to that point by Q2, I would be over the moon, and I anticipate I will. So it's just a case of doing it. And yeah, it's funny, mid to long term, very, very content. Today is just a great example of how you can't smash every day out of the park, and I think that goes for most people in most jobs, but particularly business owners and definitely agency owners. It's it's more important to just show up on a day like this and do what you can, as opposed to try and push almost too hard and expect way too much from yourself. So that's that really. Tomorrow's Thursday. What's coming up tomorrow specifically? Oh yeah, I'll be writing. I'm doing a monthly newsletter now, so that will come out tomorrow. I don't know if I'll publish it or send it tomorrow, but I'll write it tomorrow. It'll be a compilation of a few interesting topics from January's LinkedIn content. So that'll be one of the main things tomorrow. But yeah, that's it. Another day gone. January's over, and I'll see you in February.